Hey guys, it's Neil again from Heart of Texas Armory, and today I wanted to do a video showcasing a size comparison between these four Vostok watches you see in front of you. And I've got them arranged here from largest to smallest. And I want to just kind of go one at a time, just give you dimensions on these and just kind of explain the differences between the four different models and how they wear on the wrist. So the first one here, which we'll take a look at, is going to be a Vostok K35. And I've got a review of this watch on my channel, and it's an excellent watch. I really like it, but it does wear quite large. You'll notice immediately with this one, you've got an oversized bezel, and that large bezel adds to the large feel of this watch when you wear it on the wrist, as well as this one also has the longest lug-to-lug dimension. So this dimension right here, which when you wear a watch, that is just as important as your case diameter. That length right there attributes to a large feel of a watch too. So the dimensions on this one, and I've got a little caliper here. We can check things. So your case size on this one I know is 41 millimeters. So you got a 41 millimeter case, and this is a 100 series case here. And then if you include the crown, you're looking at, let me get this in frame, sorry guys, 45 millimeter, just over 45. Your lug width here for your bands size is 22 millimeter. And your lug to lug, you're looking at basically right at 49 millimeter lug to lug. So pretty decent sized watch. I usually prefer, anywhere from 40 to 42 millimeters, so I can still wear this, and I really like how it feels on my wrist. But that lug-to-lug width, being at 49, it's a little big for me, in my opinion. I got 7-inch wrist, and that longer lug width, it doesn't overhang my wrist, obviously, but it gets close, and I don't like that. So that's the only negative about this case size. So you do have to have a pretty good sized wrist for this particular case, in my opinion, particularly with this large bezel. It just looks big, it feels big, so keep that in mind. Next up, we're going to have this one here, which is a Vostok Amphibia, and this is the Scuba Dude, and this case is a 710. So this is a classic case style, kind of a cushion style case, and the dimensions on this one are going to be the same 22 millimeter lug width as this one. So your NATO straps or whatever type of strap you put on here, you need to get 22 millimeter. Your case size is actually the same as that one. So this is going to be a 41 millimeter case diameter too. And then with the crown on this one, we're looking at, what is this? 44 and a half with the crown included. And then here's the biggest difference between that K35 and this one. Your lug to lug on this is only 45. So that's why I really like this one. Case style wise, they're about the same size, but this feels a lot smaller on the wrist. It just feels, in fact, it feels quite a bit smaller. And it's because of that lug, the lug to lug width of only 45 versus the 49 on here. Big difference. So those are my two over 40 millimeter case watches that I have here for you today. Next up is going to be this one, which is a vintage Amphibia, and I really like the look of this watch. It has a really cool look about it. Being vintage is cool. This one was made, I believe, in the 80s. I'm not 100% sure on that, but it's definitely when it was USSR, before the fall of the Soviet Union. So the dimensions on this one, you're looking at, the biggest change here is going to be an 18 millimeter lug width, so you got to wear 18 millimeter straps, and then your case size on this is going to be 39 millimeters, so 2 millimeters less than these, so a smaller case. And then with the crown, you're looking at 43 probably, just over 43, 43 millimeters, so smaller as well as those. And then of course we need to get your lug to lug width, which this one here, this model, is going to be 46 millimeter from lug to lug. And I don't know if I mentioned the case type on this. This is a 320, and this is an anti-magnetic manual wind watch. I have a review on this as well. This one here that I will be doing a review for this in about a week. Just heads up for that. But this watch here is going to wear a lot smaller than these two. The lug is about the same as this one. You know, that one being 45, this one here, the Scuba Doob, and this one being 46, I believe it was. You know, that's not much of a difference, but the case size, that 2 millimeter difference in the case size, this thing feels a lot smaller on the wrist, and then also with that smaller band, it just feels smaller. So that's the next one there. And then finally, I have a Komodorski here. This is also a vintage watch. This one probably from the early 90s, and I have a review on this watch on my channel as well. This is one that my grandpa picked up for me when he visited Russia in the early 90s. So I really like this watch, manual wind Komodorski. And this one also is a 39 millimeter case. And I'm actually not exactly sure what case type this is. So if you guys, and I'll kind of hold this up so y'all can get a good look at it. If y'all are familiar with this case type, I would really appreciate some help trying to track down what this actually is. It kind of looks like a 420, but you'll notice these big crown protectors here. And I can't find anything to positively identify this case type. So please, if you happen to know this, let me know in the comments. I really would appreciate it. But anyways, the dimensions on this we mentioned is a 39 millimeter case diameter. And then you've got 18 millimeter lug width for your straps. And with the crown on this one, you're looking at, what is it? If I can get it right there, about 45. And then your lug to lug on this one here is going to be 40. That's actually not right because I'm not sitting on there good. Let me get a better measurement there. 45 millimeter. So, you know, pretty similar to this Amphibia here. You know, the main difference is this has a crown guard, which kind of makes it wear a little bigger in my opinion. Although I don't know what it is about this bezel, and this I think feels bigger on the wrist actually, but this one looks bigger just because it's crown. I don't know, you know, it's hard to explain, but they wear very similar. But what I wanted to do with this, guys, is just kind of show you a size comparison. So, you know, the good thing about Vostok watches is there's a plethora of options with these things, whether it's size, so you can go from something like 41, 42 millimeter case all the way down to 39, 38 millimeter. And they even have some smaller ones too. I think they have 36 millimeter watches too. So you can really pick a watch that fits your wrist size or whatever you're comfortable wearing. So for me, it's these two. You know, I like wearing 40 millimeter, between 40 and 42 typically is what I feel most comfortable wearing, and I think it fits my wrist better. But this is just a size comparison, and you know, hopefully this video helps some of you guys. That way, you know, anyone that's not really familiar with Vostoks can be overwhelmed when you go searching for these things. There's just so many options with these, and this is just the tip of the iceberg here. I mean, there are literally probably 20 to 25 other case types than what you see here. I mean, it's incredible the variety of watches that Vostok offers. But anyways, I hope this helped you guys. If y'all had any questions on, you know, how these watches wear on the wrist, and if you got any comments or questions, leave them down below. Y'all take care.